It just keeps getting harder to watch NFL games. In general, the easiest way to grow the game is to have it available for people to watch, and that's clearly not the case right now, and Roger Goodell continues to make it more and more difficult. If you want to watch every game this season, you're gonna have to know where to look, and you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to do so as well. You'll need 6 different services to watch the NFL this season, 7 if you count the preseason. I mean, it's just absolutely absurd, and it's bad for the game. It's gotten worse and worse over the past few years, and it just keeps continuing to go down that path. Believe it or not everyone watching the NFL is under the age of 60 and is really good with technology. We grew up with Macs in our elementary classroom. Granted, they were old and that we still had flip phones. My grandparents didn't. They don't understand it. Future! They don't care to watch the NFL, but they wouldn't even be able to find it anyways. The newest addition to streaming services you need to watch the NFL is Netflix. Netflix, they have a 3-year deal with the league and will get at least 1 holiday game over the next 3 years as part of the deal. They're actually getting 2 games this season on Christmas. The Chiefs play the Steelers at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then the Ravens visit the Texans at 4:30. The NFL has had 30 different games on Christmas all time, and the last 3 games they've done have all done really well. Netflix did a really good job on the series Quarterback, which followed around Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota through last season, both on and off the field. That was a hit, and it was really cool to watch. Me and Darren sat down, watched the whole thing. We really enjoyed it. Now they have a new series coming out called The Receiver that's based around Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. They crushed it with Quarterback, and they've crushed a lot of the docs they've done just following other sports too, and now they're into live streaming games exclusively as well. The first ever exclusively streamed playoff game was in the playoffs last season. You probably remember because there was so much uproar about it, but it was the Chiefs-Dolphins game on Peacock, the most live streamed event in US history. Peacock is back with another game this season, but it's week 1. The game in Brazil on Friday between the Eagles and the Packers. Peacock is going to stream all of the Sunday Night Football games again, but they are exclusive. You can also just watch them on NBC. They have extra coverage of Sunday Night Football each week, though, which is kind of cool to watch. Exclusively, though, they do only get 1 game, just like ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus is going to get an exclusive international game for the 3rd straight year. They had Broncos-Jags in 2022, which was apparently the most watched ESPN Plus live event ever. Last season, ESPN Plus had Falcons-Jags and actually had a Toy Story broadcast too. We made a pretty cool video on that you can check out if you want. Obviously, it had its problems, but it was pretty cool to watch, I thought. This year, the exclusive game is going to be Chargers-Cardinals, which is going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern on a Monday, so it's going to have to compete with the Ravens and Bucks on Monday Night Football that starts at 8:15. So it's a little weird decision there, but we'll see how that plays out. We really all did get a little used to just streaming services, to having to watch the NFL, and mostly that comes back to Amazon Prime when they started carrying Thursday Night Football. It was really weird at first, and there was a lot of complaining about how some people didn't have Prime or whatever, but honestly, it's become pretty normal now. Like, I know to turn on Prime on Thursdays instead of loading up YouTube TV. It took a minute, but we got there. It's an 11-year deal, and this will only be year 3, so get used to it if you haven't already. Amazon is paying $1 billion per season for the deal and gets exclusive rights to a playoff this season too, which is going to cost them around $120 million. They also had the first ever Black Friday game between the Jets and the Dolphins last season. There's going to be a lot of games on Prime, a lot of primetime must-watch games, so honestly, you kind of have to have it. And the same goes for some kind of just like cable service. A lot of people have cut the cord or whatever. I must say, I don't know a lot of people with actual cable now, but whether it's cable or just something like YouTube TV where you can stream, it'll come in handy. When you think of normal games, that's probably what you're going to be watching them on. All the basic games on Fox, CBS, NBC, plus Sunday Night Football and NBC. There are a ton of games you can watch with just cable. Then it's also going to let you have ESPN where you can watch every Monday Night Football game. So really, if you just want to be able to watch every like big time primetime game, you really just need like Amazon Prime and some kind of cable. YouTube TV is obviously what I use. That's going to give you a lot of games, but you are going to miss out on some. Of course, you still won't even get out of market games on YouTube TV either, so you're going to need to add an add-on, NFL Sunday Ticket. NFL Sunday Ticket was on DirecTV for a long time until last season. It made the move over to YouTube TV. They're paying the league over $2 billion per season for Sunday Ticket for the next 6 years still. It was a 7-year deal. If you want to watch out-of-market games, you need Sunday Ticket. If you're a fan of a team that isn't local to you, you might really, really need it. It's worth pointing out, too, that NFL RedZone is also on YouTube TV. With the base plan of YouTube TV, it's an extra $10.99 a month. I like RedZone. It's easier to follow every game going on. So if you want to just know what's going on and not watch the entire game, RedZone's a spot. You don't need anything else crazy. You can also just figure out what's going on Twitter or something. You know, there are ways around this. Obviously, the games that really do matter are the ones in the regular season and the postseason. We've gone over how to watch all those. But if you want to watch the preseason games, well, your local team's going to be on your local channel, but not the out-of-market games. You need NFL Plus. It's going to let you watch any non-local team's preseason games, so it's definitely worth it if you want to watch other preseason games, like seeing what Caleb Williams and Drake May look like early as rookies in the preseason. But in my case, I wouldn't need that to watch Jaden Daniels because he's local. I live in Virginia, and I can just use YouTube TV for that. Not included in this whole mess is also just HBO Max, which I want to point out. It's $9.99 per month if you want to watch Hard Knocks. If you're the kind of person watching preseason games and out-of-market games, you're probably interested in that, so go ahead, add it to the list of all the streaming services you might need. So here's the #1 question. How much will it cost to watch every single NFL game this season? For starters, we have the new Netflix account you're going to need to watch on Christmas. That'll be $6.99 per month, and you technically only need it for 1 month. Then, of course, you'll need Amazon Prime Video if you want to watch the Thursday night games, and you'll need that for 4 months in the regular season to watch every game. Plus, they're going to get a playoff game too. It's $8.99 a month, so that is $44.95 right there. ESPN Plus gets that one exclusive game this season in Week 7, one of the Europe games, so add $10.99 there. Peacock will get the Week 1 Eagles-Packers game in Brazil, so there's another $5.99. Now, of course, you just need to get the normal games on cable. They're going to be on CBS, Fox, NBC, and then Monday Night Football on ESPN, so you need some kind of cable. Let's add in YouTube TV. It's what makes the most sense. It's what I have. That right there, $72.99 per month. So add in a hefty $510.93. Now, if you want to make sure you can watch every single game, you're gonna need Sunday Ticket. Already having YouTube TV, it'll be 4 payments of $87.25, $349 in total. Of course, if you wanted to watch the preseason too, out-of-market games on NFL Plus, so you have to pay for a month of that. That's $6.99. So in total, to watch every single game from the preseason through the Super Bowl, that'll be $935.84 for 7 different services. I'm so serious. That is outrageous. You have to pay damn near $1,000 to watch every game this season. And that was all just assuming that you had just canceled your subscription as soon as you didn't need it. It's getting harder and harder to watch NFL games. And personally, I just don't think this is good for the game. It's gonna piss off a lot of people. And honestly, it should.